Welcome into Drew Silly Diamond for Monday, November 18th, 2024. I am Drew Martin breaking down the slate of games straight off a really profitable weekend, guys. Hopefully you were following along. Let me know in the comments below if you were, what you're looking to bet on this week's slate. All is welcome. College football, NFL, college basketball, NBA. Hey, we're getting going with it all, guys. Hey, off the recap here. We just had a 2-1 Sunday, 3-1 Saturday, so a 5-2 weekend here. Profitable on the show. We did split out on Friday, but that brings us to 69-51, 58% run, given it out for free right here on the YouTube channel, going each and every day. Drew's Daily Diamond, 69-51, 58% winners, plus 11.8 units of profit, $100 better, up $1,180. Betting every single game we're giving out on the show for free each and every day. That includes the big guys over the last 8 weeks. So we're going to look to keep it going here. This is the college football opening line edition. And we're breaking down 7 games on the week 13 slate, trying to give you some insight into making your bets early in the week, where these lines are going, both sides and totals. So we'll get us with some Tuesday action here. Talk about degenerate special. This is like as degenerate as it gets, guys. It's 7 p.m. in the MAC. It's Akron and Kent State, 2 teams that combined for 2 wins overall. They're 1-11 MAC record. And so, for FBS level, the MAC, likely the least talented conference, and they're 1-11 in it. We get Akron, the Zips. They're 2-8 on the season, up against Kent State, 0-10 for the year. So, hey, where are we going with this? We've got a little bit here. 49 being the total. The Zips opened 8.5-point road favorites. They're 9.5 now. And really, that's the market coming in fading Kent State. I guess if you're looking for something, a positive here on Kent State, they did stay within the number of Miami of Ohio last week. They were catching 30 in a hook. They lost 34-7, so they scored a touchdown early. That ended up being the difference, staying within the number. But the problem here is, yes, this is the best chance for a win for Kent State on the whole season, but they have their third-string quarterback. He's a junior. He's 42% completion percentage, and it's rain and wind in the forecast. I don't know that it really helps or hurts one side or the other, but when you just look at Akron, they've been way more competitive in these games, guys. I mean, just last week, they covered against Northern Illinois, who's one of the better teams in the MAC. They stayed within 2 touchdowns of them. I know they only have 2 wins, but just talent-wise, Akron's going to win by 2+ touchdowns in my view, guys. This is going to go off in double digits. So, hey, if you're looking to bet a degenerate of all degenerate specials on Tuesday night, Akron Zips -9 in the hook. Doubt that is there by kickoff. We'll move on to the Wednesday slate here, getting some midweek games in, staying in the MAC. We got Wednesday action, Ohio and Toledo, -2.5. That's the Rockets as the home favorite. Ohio will actually catching 2.5, but look at this total, guys, 51-45. So almost a touchdown move here on the under. Now, some of that being rain and wind in the forecast for sure. Another part of it is Toledo's been really up and down this season. This team comes out and plays well against some teams that you'd be surprised at, and then they're a no-show in other games. Very difficult handicap for the Rockets. Ohio's playing pretty good football right now. Won and covered 3 straight games by 60 against the spread points, meaning they've been very underpriced. Intriguing handicap side-wise, totals-wise, down to 45. I don't see any over money coming anytime soon here. So if you want to get in on this one, I say the under, weather affected with Ohio and Toledo. We're likely to see under money closer to kickoff. All right, going to the Friday Night Lights game. We got some change here with Temple and UTSA. That's the Roadrunners hosting the Temple Owls, 56 being the total. The Roadrunners opened 17-point home favorites, now 16 and a hook. They come in 5-5 on the season. They have hit 5 straight overs. They've won and covered 2 straight against North Texas and Memphis. But still, we've seen some Temple money. The reason I wanted to bring this game up is Temple just fired their head coach, Stan Drayton. He never had a winning season at Temple, and the AD made a very interesting comment. He was like, hey, in the age of college football playoffs. This has never been a better time for Temple, and we got our eyes on winning the AAC and making the playoff. I don't know. He's drinking some of that kind of SEC juice from some of these athletic directors where they see the future is so bright. I mean, could they get there? I guess, but firing your head coach off of a win too. You usually don't see that, as they just beat, I believe, FAU by a field goal. Still 3-7. We've seen some teams this year, guys, in college football, when they fire their head coach, it's kind of like a spark. It can go one of two ways. I mean, we'll see what happens here with the Temple side of things, but we just saw it with Kennesaw State, another team that just fired their head coach. They played very well this past week. I think that's what the market is jumping on here. We've seen a half-point move here towards Temple on the road. Plus the fact this UTSA team isn't the same one that we've come to know the last couple years. That might be part of it as well. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some more Temple money by Friday kickoff. We'll move down to the Saturday slate. Got 4 games here. Interesting one up first. 3:30 time slot. UCF and West Virginia. 64 being the total in Morgantown. We've seen UCF go from -1 to -3 point favorites. Now, this is a 4-6 UCF team on the road, and they're catching money here. They've kind of been a point spread. Look, against the, I mean, they're 4-6. They haven't necessarily been cashing tickets by any means, but we've seen them get respect in the betting market, meaning somebody out there, probably a few groups out there, really looking to bet on UCF. They haven't gotten the returns, in terms of win-loss, but they've started to play some better football. I need to bring up the fact UCF is off of a bye week, which is part of this move. Gus Malzahn, with extra time to prepare, even going back to his Auburn days, has been absolute money. So that's part of this move. Another part of the move is their offense has really looked good since they made a change at quarterback. They've been scoring some more points. They've actually had 4 straight overs. And when you look at the West Virginia side of it, they've had 4 straight overs as well. So that's 8 straight over the totals from both teams, 15-5 to the over in 20 games between the two teams. Sidewise, look at UCF. I look towards UCF, but now at -3, I almost wonder if we missed that move and maybe just kind of hold off for now. But with this total at 64, not much movement just yet. This is a West Virginia team that just gave up 49 points to Baylor. I wouldn't be surprised if UCF puts up a bunch of points again. And this UCF defense hasn't been great shakes. So 64, guys, I know it's mid-60s. It's a respectable total. I wouldn't be surprised if they get into the 70s. I wouldn't be surprised to see UCF money either. So let's say if you like this game sidewise, I'd get on UCF earlier than later. If you like the West Virginia side, I'd say wait. And we're likely getting over money by kickoff. We'll go to the 12 noon Eastern hour up next, 9 a.m. Pacific, heading to the Swamp. Ole Miss in Florida, another great handicap here. 55.5 being the total. Ole Miss opened 9. Now we're seeing a -10 point road favorites. They come in 8-2, very much in the playoff talk here, 7-3 against the spread. And they're up against the Gators, who are 5-5 on the season, sitting right at that season win total mark. I got that ticket in my pocket, so need one more win here against Ole Miss or Florida State in the final. They are 6-4 against the spread, and they did get their quarterback DJ Lagway back. He started the season as the backup, but really he's been a spark offensively. He was out for a couple weeks with the hamstring injury, and he came back last week. They beat LSU 27-16 as the home underdog. Billy Napier, he's being retained at Florida here as the head coach for next season to help with recruiting, but hey, the players have kind of bounced back. I'm not necessarily looking to go against the Gators. However, we have seen some early action bets going against the Gators with Ole Miss opening 9, now -10 point road favorites. Part of the reason being in their last 2 games, they were at Arkansas. They won 63-31. And then in their last game against Georgia, they won 28-10. So that's plus 45 against the spread points, better than the odds makers are saying. Usually we see the market early in the week watch that stuff. They've been underpriced and they're off of a bye week. We know Lane Kiffin, he'll run up the score if given the opportunity. I don't know if he's going to have the opportunity here, but it also needs to be noted with the last bye week Lane Kiffin had, Ole Miss did not cover as 19-point favorites against Oklahoma. That's something I like to look at. Off of a bye week, what did they do the last time? Well, not over, what the market projected them to do. Overall, difficult handicap, guys. Ole Miss has been an under machine. Their defense playing a lot better, but Florida getting their quarterback back. Totals-wise, I think it's tough. I wouldn't be surprised to see Ole Miss take some more money just on what I was talking about and them overdoing like what their projections are the last couple weeks. But really, maybe wait towards kickoff and jump on the Gators. Maybe grab a plus 11 if it's out there. Wouldn't be surprised. We got next one up 1 p.m. Eastern. Try to be quick with the last two guys. UTEP and Tennessee. Tennessee minus 41-point home favorites, 52.5 being the total. Why are we talking this one? Well, there's a good reason why. Josh Heupel is a head coach. I've talked about it on this show a couple times, guys. He is a head coach. When given the opportunity, he is going to run up the score. Now, this is an offense that does well against inferior talent, against like talent, not so much. But Josh Heupel in 2-point spreads, the only 2-point spreads this season near 41. They were minus 38 and a hook against Chattanooga. They won 69-3. They were minus 49 against Kent State, and they won 71-0. That's kind of pointing us towards what I'm talking about. They run up the score when they can. UTEP, obviously in that same profile. The only comparable point spread for the Miners, they were plus 27 and a hook against Nebraska, and they lost 40-7. And Nebraska isn't even the same offensive caliber that Tennessee is. So all of this pointing towards, guys, Tennessee, I wouldn't be surprised if they take money here. Minus 41. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes off in the mid-40s by kickoff. So look towards the Vols early. Last one here, we'll head to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Vanderbilt and LSU. LSU minus 9 and a hook. Now minus 8 and a hook. And I think it's because LSU has faced 3 athletic quarterbacks in a row, and it's given their defense all kinds of issues. And now they're going up against Vanderbilt off of a bye, well-coached team with head coach Clark Lee. And their quarterback, Pavia, the transfer from New Mexico State, he can run around with the best of them back there. I wouldn't be surprised if he gives them problems as well. We've seen the market already move a point. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes off near a touchdown, guys. So if you like Vanderbilt with the underdog barking, 7-3 against the spread on the season, I would look to jump on the Commodores sooner than later. 8.5 is out there, guys. As I'm doing the show on Monday, that's going to do it for Opening Line Report College Football Edition. I am Drew Martin. Check out Premium Picks, WagerTalk.com, experts page, Drew Martin. We got the 7-day, 30-day all-access college basketball getting going. NFL, college football as well, guys. Hey, let me know in the comments below where you agree, where you disagree, what you're seeing out there in the college football market. I'll be in there chiming in with you. We got Maction shows coming Tuesday and Wednesday. We got NFL and college football Thursday. We got college football Friday show on the slate, Saturday as well, and NFL Sunday, all coming your way. So stay tuned each and every day on the WagerTalk YouTube channel. Drew's Daily Diamond checking out for Monday, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Thanks for tuning in. Cash those tickets.